I think it's time for an around the house update. We have tomatoes that are almost ready to get picked. Just a couple of them, but it's progress. The ones on the side are still quite green. I'm not seeing color over there yet, but we are seeing color here. That was the first tomato to start growing. It's not terribly large, but it is pretty close to the point where we should pick it. And then over here on the Roma plant, there are 4 that are showing pretty good color. And out here, these are not going to get very large. These plants aren't as strong and healthy as on the side of the house. But there are tomatoes. Petunias and geraniums are holding out. Next door neighbor's running a electric saw, you can hear. And you get this plant, and you see the yellow flowers there. But it is also the first week of September, so even if tomatoes start developing, I don't think they get far enough along before the frost comes. For the garden patch, this is a little bit of a failed experiment. I think I can call it that at this point. We have 1 bell pepper down in there. And we'll see how far along that gets. But it looks like that's going to be the total yield for the garden patch. This tomato plant's really something. Tall and thin, and never a tomato got started. Keep seeing little things on it that look like they might end up being flowers, but they never are. It's been interesting to follow that one. See the hickory nuts all over the yard here. It's a lot to rake up. And the squirrels still are picking through for the ones they like, and then they bury them. I'm pleased with how that's been doing. I think I can probably take the stakes out from around that. Interesting to see what this does next year. Seems to have made itself a home. You can see that ground cover starting to die off. It's had its season. And we'll see what happens. I know there is at least 1 chipmunk still back here. Seen him wander around the yard. You can see the digging here. I don't know if that's the squirrel burying nuts or the chipmunk trying to dig out something it wants. I'm not sure. Tomatoes. Getting close on these. There are several in this corner. Still all very green. I'm not seeing any color in here. The bigger plants have some wonderful size. to the tomatoes that are here, and there are many. But same situation where I'm not seeing any color other than green. Look at the size of these. And these two over here are still rather huge, but still completely green. So these plants, I'm trying to think, compared to the front, probably a week later, 2 weeks later, as far as when they took off and started growing. So maybe they need about another week or 2 weeks before they start having color, like the ones in the pots here. I had started the pots out on the deck first. So although these didn't grow as healthy and bushy as the others, maybe the maturity cycle got here quicker. So we'll close out this tomato.